Hello, Runner Rob here. If you're watching this part of the video, congratulations on getting onboarded to be part of the Chow Runners team. So with this part of the video, we're going to talk a little bit about Stripe and why you need it and how to set it up. So first off, what is Stripe? We need a way to pay you where we can track the money that we give you. And Stripe basically allows us to do that as a platform. You basically create your own account just like you would create your own PayPal. And then it gives you an opportunity to connect to us directly so we can track what we're paying you, our contact information for tax purposes when we go and do all this at the end of the year. And it helps us do the right thing and helps you get paid. So you need Stripe. How to set it up, it's really simple. So we're going to send you a link. And then with that link, what's going to happen is that you're going to open it and you're going to see this message. Chow Runners Inc. would like to connect you in a Stripe account. And then you have all these blocks to fill out. So first off, you're going to put for your country, obviously United States, right? Then for the address line, this is your address. So address line 1, your numeric address, street address. Address line 2, your apartment number or barracks room number, right? City, which if you're on Camp Pendleton, Oceanside, usually by now when you start filling out these blocks, it'll start trying to autofill. You can always go with it. State, California, and then your zip code. So for your business phone number, that is going to be your personal phone number. That's going to be your number. For your type of business, you're filing as an individual, sole proprietor, or single member LLC because you're actually individual since you're a contractor working for a company. Right? For your EIN number, you're not going to use that. Instead, you're going to use a social security number. So keep that in mind. This is going to be your SSN. Just to touch this real quick, we can't see any of this personal information, which is another reason why you fill it out with Stripe and not us. And we want to push you guys to keeping your own independent accounts and being able to log in yourself and see what's going on as far as pay and whatnot. For your business website, a lot of people put chowrunners.us. Technically, it's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be a site that's related to you, and it's a mandatory line item. I don't know why they did that. Some people put in their Facebook profile. Some people still fill in chowrunners.us, even though that's technically not the correct answer. I mean, you can. But Facebook profile, something that basically Stripe can look at and verify that you are who you say you are. So social media profile like LinkedIn or something, that works great. For your business description, this one always confuses people. Let me show you how to do this real quick. Did I just spell that wrong? So you're going to be, where is it? Carrier services, right? And then for this line, you just basically describe what you do. I deliver food. This used to be really confusing with carrier services because they'd have multiple line drop downs, but I guess they just recently changed that, so it's not required anymore. So I deliver food, or however you want to describe what you're doing with us. Delivery service for Chow Runners. It works. Technically, you can use a Stripe account with other businesses like, Shopify or whatever. So you don't have to brand it to us, which is the reason we kind of push you away from branding it with us. You might decide to take your Stripe account and go be an independent contractor with another company. And if that's the case, same account. How long after paying will your customers typically receive their goods or services? This one's a no-brainer. Within 1 day. So don't put something crazy. Individual or sole proprietor details. Since you are filing as an individual, you will need to put your first name here. You will need to put your last name here. You will need to put your phone number here. You will need to put your date of birth here. Again, we won't be able to see any of this. Last 4 of your social security number here. Your home address, again, with your city, state, and zip. And a big important one, just like PayPal and Cash App and everything else, you have to create and connect your bank account to Stripe. And this is a professional thing, so you can actually, if there's ever a dispute, which obviously there won't be a dispute between us and you, it'll be with us and the customer, but it's a requirement from Stripe just in case you take your Stripe account elsewhere and your relationship between you and the customer changes. That it's just part of that relationship that they make you required to have everything in detail there, and they actually want a bank account, not just a card number. For statement descriptor, that's going to be obviously your banking company, right? Routing number and account details, as we're talking about. Support phone number, right? That would be, again, your phone number. And what that is if you decide to take the Stripe account one day elsewhere to another business and connect it, that way, if you're doing work that connects directly to a customer, they have a number to call to ask you a question. It's just a weird requirement from them. With that account number and banking number, confirm account number. Two-step authentication. So if you don't know what this means, basically right now, as of September 26, 2020, most apps are now requiring you to have two forms of login. So a thumbprint and a passcode, or a thumbprint and then you use an authenticator app to log in, or even text and SMS where Google pops up and say, "Did you log in?" and you hit yes. That's two-step authentication. So, that's what they're talking about here. And then finally, this is very important. So save your Stripe account. So the email that you're going to use to log into your Stripe account and the password. Write this down somewhere. And this is what you're going to actually use to go back to Stripe. I think it's stripe.com. Yeah, stripe.com. And go to log in and put in your information, and you'll be able to see the money gets paid out to you in real time. Then you're going to hit authorize access to my account. And after you hit that, then you're all set. You're good to go. So any other questions about Stripe? Oh, actually, you know what? Let's cover one more thing while we're here. So we're also going to talk about this link that you need to fill out. And I'll go ahead and send it to you after you get done with your Stripe account. Or you'll just see it in the chats from time to time, because I'll randomly be harping on people. So it's basically just going to the Stripe settings account and entering your info, right? And under your account name, you should have an email. If you go to this link, you're going to change that to your name. Public business name. Business name should always be your name. And I don't think they actually had business name here, did they, right? DBA? They don't ask for that anymore? Oh, yeah, they don't. Cool. So your doing business as name should be your name. And what this is going to do is when we go through and file and process stuff, you know what, let me take you off the screen while we're talking at the end of this. So while we're filing and processing stuff, we're constantly having to go and say, okay, so $52 got paid out to, pick a random name, Julie, right? I got to go find Julie in the system. Well, I have 70 to 80 emails to dig through and try to figure out who Julie is. Now, remember what I was talking about earlier where we can't see your personal data? We can't see your first and last name on the account. All we get to see attached to it is an email. So by filling this in, it'll authorize us to see your name instead. So we know, oh, hey, there's Julia, so we can get Julia paid. So that's one of the big reasons why we like this. And then it's just easier for identification with us. So do this. Fill it out. Get it done. Any other questions about Stripe? Feel free to ask me if there's something that you feel like it needs to be covered more or something that I didn't cover. I always love feedback. This will be like the third time this year I've made this video. Give me feedback. rob@chowrunners.us. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have lots of success and adventure delivering food.